Hello, my name is Nathaniel Stiles. I am currently attending the Seattle Film Institute. I have been raised in the Pacific Northwest since a young age. I only recently started pursuing filmmaking in the last 5 years or so. I was working in a manufacturing facility for close to 10 years, and all throughout that time I would write poetry and stories. And around the time COVID hit, I started getting serious about writing a screenplay, and decided to apply to some film institutes. I got into the Seattle Film Institute, and that was roughly 2 years ago. And I have been writing screenplays as well as directing and producing projects throughout that time. The latest project that I'm working on is titled Jokerfied. Now, this is about a young corporate professional who has problems with one of the office managers there, and he starts coming into work in ridiculous makeup. It's sort of a mental break of a sort. This leads to a big standoff with the office manager, and things just get kind of crazy from there. The idea how this story came about was I was just in a bar somewhere, and I was thinking about the expression "cut off your nose to spite your face," and this is basically talking about how people can kind of harm themselves by not realizing the bigger picture of things, by acting on kind of petty emotions like spite and vengeance and stuff. So that's where the idea for the story came about, and this applies that type of problem to a young man working in an office that he feels antagonized and alienated to a certain degree by some of the people who work there, and how that kind of plays out in his life and his mind, and what makes him tick, and what makes him do have odd reactions towards this kind of stuff. That's one of the things I find very interesting, is the different ways people react to difficult situations. Some people are kind of straightforward about it, but human beings are infinite. They have infinite variety within their different personality types, and some people react to things in strange and absurd ways, or at least it would seem so. But there's something that pushes them towards that action, and that's what I find fascinating, is how the mechanisms that underlie all those kinds of things, the way people act, the way they decide things, and the way they interact with each other and behave towards each other. And I think those themes are kind of all explored to various degrees in this project. It's a black comedy, so there is a good amount of laughs in the film. I'm hoping so. I mean, at least in my opinion, it is quite funny, but it is also interesting and strange, and that's the kind of filmmaking that I grew up on and really admire. guys like David Lynch, who craft these weird stories, but somehow they're mystifying and beautiful and dark. And he was a big influence of mine growing up. But all in all, we are in the middle of production. We've got about 75% of the film shot, and it is looking great so far. I'm really excited to bring this vision into life and share it with others and see what they think.